What's up, guys? DJ Bone here. Welcome back to episode 6, Machine Mondays. And right now we're working with the pack from Faded Reels, and the kit is called New Fade. And I figured let's just build off of this. So you could tell all the elements that was in this pre-made track that Maschine put together, and it wasn't bad. Everything sounded cohesive. It was very nice. So what we're going to do is we're going to start from scratch. We're going to erase all the patterns, the scenes, and see what we can come up with ourselves. All right. So first things first, we have to remove everything. So we're going to remove all the scenes. Gone, I think. Hold up. Yeah, now they're gone. So now from each kit that was used here, we're going to erase all the patterns. Kit A, gone. Kit B, C. There's a lot of patterns here. E, F, G, and H. So now if I play anything from the top, nothing. That's what we want. So starting on the first kit, Kit A. Let's go to pad mode.
Take me higher.
Oh, I'm digging that. All right, let's see what's on Kit B. Nice drum kit. Shaker. All right, moving on. All right, let's see if these are choked or not. Yeah, we're good. They're not like continue playing after I hit them. Got some nice sounds here. Let's see what's in Kit C. We got a lot of drums going on here. A lot of layering we can do with all the drum kits. Nice bass line that we could use there. Drum fills. That's my type of stuff right there. it's filtered. Nice. Okay. Kind of like strings, flute, more strings. All right, cool. Kit G. Flute. Tines or tins. Sound effects. Organ stab. Another one. Guitar stab. And vocal. And lastly, Kit H. All right, so I think I'm going to start working off of Kit E and get a nice melody going. Nice. Digging it. I am digging that. All right. I think I'm going to have to uninstall the Maschine software for next time and reinstall, because now the auto is not coming up and my kit previews are still not showing up. It's driving me mad. I'm just going to say, see ya, start fresh, and see what happens. All right, back to this. All right, we're going to do the length of four bars, and let's get out of pattern. Let's see what our tempo is. Currently set to 85. Let's play that out. Let's see how that sounds. That could work. Let's try it. Let's just go. Digging it. Okay, so that's going to be like a main line. Let's do another pattern. Make it four bars. And now get a little snazzy, I guess. Jam it out. See what I can come up with. Not bad. Let's do an undo on that. I can do better. I can do better. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Nice. Okay, moving on. Maybe we can work off of this strings. I don't know. Let's jam it out. Let's see what we can do. All right, hold up. Sorry. We need B, C sharp, E, and E. All right, B, C sharp, E, and E. B. C sharp. Let's go down an octave. C sharp. And then to, they said, what was it? E. Ugh. I don't know. Let's start from the top. Ugh. It's like a dying string almost. I don't know. Let me jam it out. See what I can come up with. Alright, hold up. Let's go pattern. New. Let's just do 4. See what I can come up with. I had something there for a minute and then it kind of fell off track. Let's try again. that enough? Was that 4? I think that was 4. Let me take a look. Yeah, let's play it back. From the top. All right, that works. Now let's see if that works with the previous, or not the the previous pattern, and see how it sounds. Not bad, not bad. It still works. It fits. All right, let's turn that pattern off and press play. Oh, I wanted that pattern off. All right, come back to that one. Oops. Let's jam it out. All right, this guy's a little bit too hot. All right, let's try that. And pattern 1, 4 bar, back to pad mode. Let's go. That works. All right, duplicate that drum kit. Now we are going to add a little bit of hi-hat. Yeah, we can do that. Yeah, we'll lock that and record. Nice. Subtle, clean, nothing too crazy. Okay. And let's do a duplicate. We'll do one more. Maybe. Nah. Let's leave that the way it is. Let's go to the next kit. Yikes. Nah. I like that snare. And I like that. So let's turn you down. Lower the snare down. Let's create a pattern. 4 bars. Just keep everything at 4. Go back. Pad mode so you guys can see. And go. All right, snare's good. And we're gonna bring this guy in. Oops. Get a little volume control on that. Just balancing everything out. Man, those are hot, loud sounds. Weird. It's like note repeat is on, but it's not. Oh, maybe it is. Hold up. It was on. I had it on lock. Will these work? D sharp, D sharp, D sharp, D sharp, all the way across. All right, let's see how this sounds. Nope, not at all. All right, that's something totally different track, or maybe like a breakdown, a break in the song, and kind of change it up and then bring it back to what we're playing here. I don't know. Okay, that's a bass drop. All right, so in this kit, yeah, we're using all this. So we're gonna make a duplicate of this pattern for this kit. So the one we're listening to is this one alone. That's all it is. So what I'm gonna do is I made a duplicate, and I'm gonna bring in that bass, turn it into keys, and now I gotta find what the pattern is to play along with everything. And that was, oh, that's awfully low. All right, let's try this. I should have pressed record. Oh, Ableton, where's that magic button for Maschine? I can do it again. It's all good. All right, pattern's there. I already put that in. Let's go. I got it. Okay, so these instruments right here, nice and soft. I love that sound. And I need to make them louder. But in order to make them louder, I have to go past 0 dB. So we're going to add some toys on this kit. So we're going to go to, get out of the browser and all that, and go to this group. And right now, reverb is the only thing on here. So I'm going to hit the arrow and throw on a compressor. And now we're going to tweak to taste. not bad. Let's see how it looks on the visual. Alright, cool. I think if anything else, I'm going to add a little bit of EQ to it as well. That way we're not pushing the lows on it way too much. Just kind of clean up the low end. Maybe like -7 dB on the low, on the low frequency of 248 hertz. All right, so now if we go back to here, pattern, that's on unsolo those keys, we'll call it. I'm digging it. I'm digging it. Nice chill. I could listen to that all day on loop. It's nice. I like it. Ooh, that's cool. If you hold in that instead of just hitting it. Nice. C minor all the way across, whereas these are B, C sharp, E, and E. It wouldn't go well together. Sound effects, I'm getting too far ahead of myself here. I'm having fun, man. What can I say? Oh yeah, that was at strings. I'm going to delete those strings because we don't need that. Okay, that could work. Just turn it down some. Just for like a quick stab. Cool. Let's write that. 4 bars. Go. Done. Just do it on every measure. What is it? 1 and 3. That's kind of all I want from that one. Well, that's not too bad. Maybe I'll put that in between of this little stab. Let's do it again. Yeah. Let's go mixer on that. Let's go sound for that. Let's add an EQ. Get rid of the lows. All right, pattern 1, 4, record. Well, pad, record. And that's it. Just one time around. Nothing too much. Moving on. All right. Drum fills. Meh. There's another. Oh, yeah. Do I have anything on here? I don't. So let's go 4 bars on that. And we're going to add this. But we're going to add some reverb to it. So right now it's the sampler, cabinet. Now we're going to add some reverb. Just regular reverb, nothing fancy. Stock. All right. Not bad. Turning everything down. Modulation, softness, pre-delay. Output's 83. Color 0. Room size is currently at 10. That's all right. Reverb time 2.2 seconds. All right, that's not bad. Let's try it. Turn that down some. So now it's more like an instrument sound instead of an actual vocal. So if we, I wonder if I can do that. Let's go solo. Nah, I was gonna just solo that pad alone, but yeah, that's good. Pattern 2. Cool. All right, I'm gonna make all these patterns set to 1. All right, there we go. So now turn them all off, well, except for the blue, because I like those keys, man. I like those keys. All right, perfect. Okay, so now we're gonna create a song layout here. So let's go to our DAW, and we're going to, on the machine itself, we're going to hit Scene and go to Scene 1. So right now, Scene 1, we have to see if anything has been programmed from the patterns. So if we go Pattern, Scene 1, we want the first kit of drums. We don't want nothing from B, nothing from C, nothing from D, and we want the keys, nothing, and nothing. So if we play it, it should just be the keys and that nice simple beat. Perfect. All right, Scene 2, we're gonna keep pattern 1 from kit A, keep pattern 1 from kit E, and now we're going to add in kit B pattern 1 and see what that sounds like. And let's see what this one was. Having a brain fart. I think this is the, oh yeah. Nah, not yet. So now we're going to duplicate this. And now we're going to add in the oh yeah. and kit D I'm not even using. Well, if that's the case. C. So now everything's shifted. So now C, or I'm sorry, kit E. That's the bells. And that should be good. So now, next scene, we're going to copy this one over, duplicate. So everything is there. Now we're going to go to kit F, pattern, turn it on. That's that vocal. Nice. Okay, so now we're going to go to scene, back to 1. So all of our elements are there. Well, honestly, I think I forgot one. Pattern 2 from kit A, the other drum. So with that being said, let's go back to scene 4 and have pattern selected for kit A, switch it to pattern 2. So now it should sound like this. Whereas before, it sounded like this. Can you tell the difference? All right, scene 1. Nice and chill. So now we're in the scene section. I have it locked on scene so it stays here. I don't have to hold the scene button down. And all you do is you hold scene and you hit the scene button right here, and then it stays locked. That's what I do for pattern and events as well. As long as that's lit up, it will always stay on. The second you turn it off, then you're going back to the retro configuration where you have to hold each one of these down. All right, so back to scene. We're going to append, and I'm going to go to the software here so that you see the song format layout. So right now, we should be on scene. Oh, nope. Let's see. How do I undo that? Shift, undo, undo. Yep. All right. So for scene. Oh, hold on. Append. How do I erase this? Do I just go to it and say, how about no? So then if I press scene 1, okay. Shift, undo. This, we're going to remove. There, now it's a fresh, clean slate. So all I did was just right click on it and say remove. So now what we want is scene 1. So now when we press play, I'm going to turn off by holding shift restart loop. That way it just plays on like a song. Not bad. I'm going to have that play one more time. And then I'm going to go to scene 2, which is now gone because I realized I deleted the patterns. It's okay. It's okay. We said pattern 1 for that one. This one. Yep. This. And we had to make sure that this one was on. So now if we go, oops, didn't want to shift it there. I'm going to click right about here and play scene 2. All right, we're back. So now we're going to play that again. Oh, I'm not on append. My bad. I have to make sure I hit append again. Scene 2. So now it puts it right there, right after that one. Then we're going to go scene 3 and play that just for a recall of what it was. Nice. All right, so now we're going to do scene 4. So scene 4, you notice those keys that I like so much, it's actually playing this one. So we want that to be pattern 2. So on the software, once I hit that right here, you can see it already changed to pattern 2 for scene 4. Perfect. So now if I click here, right here, press play, that gives those keys a little bit more snazz. So now I'm going to go back to scene, append, hit scene 4 again because I want that to play twice. Then I'm going to go 3, 3, 4, 2, 1, 1. There we go. So now if I use the bar down here and grab the end, we're going to zoom out by stretching it. So then give or take, this track is about 2.5 minutes. So let's start it from the top and see how it sounds all together. I'm digging it. I'm digging it. I think what I'm going to do is create one more scene. So I'm going to turn off append, and scene 5, I'm just going to have it be the keys. So it should only play the keys only. Yep. So now I'm going to go back to scene, append, and hit scene 5. So then at the end of the song here that you see in the software, it's only going to play those keys right at the end. And that's it. I think if anything else, to add a little bit more flavor is, if we go to the actual kits here, this snare, or actually this snare, was a bit dry. I mean, it was okay, but to have it be played with that snare every other, and then when this one plays, it's dry, I think I'm going to add a little bit of reverb to that snare. Yeah. Wetting it up. Oh, reverb. We're going to switch it to Hall. Not that much. Turn all these down so we have a nice clean reverb. Do about 25% output in the mix. Still awfully hot. Room size. Reverb time. I think 2 milliseconds will work, but I noticed that adding the reverb added more gain, more volume to that snare. So I'm going to turn that snare down. So now if we play from, say, bar 17. Turn it down in the mix as we're hearing it. Cool. All right. I'm digging it. So let's render this down. We're going to export audio. And just like all my previous episodes, I choose all for the range. I go by groups, make sure all these are checked. Wave, 44.1 hertz, 24-bit. And choose where it's going to go. That will work right there. And this is going to be Maschine Mondays, episode 6. Go. So now it's going to play through everything live. Throw in a little intermission while we are exporting.
Hello, and thank you for your business. Why not stop by our refreshment stand? We have all kinds of special treats, but don't take my word for it. Take it away, fellas.
Come on, take a stroll to the snack bar, bring a happy time. Come on, take a stroll to the snack bar, have a good time. Popcorn for all, hell's on its way. Come on, take a stroll to the snack bar, have a good time.
2 minutes till showtime. There's still plenty of time to visit the refreshment stand.
love that intermission. God, that's wonderful. All right, so we got this exported. So now what we're going to do is we are going to mix this down and throw it into the final track for you to download. All right, let's hear it back. All right, so first track here, that's our beat loop. So what we're going to do is go to my presets here that I created, and I want separate channels, your low, mids, and highs. So here's your low, mid, high. Everything is isolated. I'm going to go about -4 on the low end just because I usually beef that up. So the low end is mono and everything else is separated. So now, good. So now on track 2, let's throw an EQ on that. Don't need nothing too much for this. Looks like it's already cleaned up, but reassurance. Roll off the highs. Bring in that snare. There we go. And track 3. EQ 8. We already did some EQ control on this, but let's take a look. Yep. So in Maschine, we did good already. Clean up that little bit of hiss. Perfect. I love this riff. God, it's like I don't need to do anything to that, but we still will. I'm going to separate the channels for that as well and back down -3 dB, give or take, for the lows. Perfect. And track 5. Nice little bell and sound effect. Let's take a look at the spectrum. Oh, we got a little low end there. Let's clean that up. Don't need that in there. Better. All right. And lastly, track 6. That vocal. Let's see what it sounds like. Or looks like, more like. It's a lot of like. There we go. Okay, so now on our master, let's see what I have here. Just a limiter. So what I'm going to do is unsolo the tracks, bring these up, and let's hear everything all together, where everything is being played, and watch our meters for the master. Cool. All right, so this and this I am going to group, and I'm going to do the glue compressor because this is pretty much our percussion, our drums. So break out the glue compressor, soft clip. We'll do probably a 3 for attack, 4 for release, and leave the ratio at 4. Bring this until it starts touching. I usually go around the 5 range. And then we're going to bring up the volume just a little bit now. Now on our master, I'm going to do, say, a -4 ceiling, and let's see how much we're squashing. I like it. All right, let's master it. Master it down. Ozone. The one button that rules them all. We're going to do master, medium, streaming, vintage. All right, so usually, yep, I guess correct, that Ozone will realize even though we're trying to make a chill, kind of lo-fi-ish, not so high tinny type song, it notices that and it tries to brighten it up for us, but we don't want to brighten it up, so I'm going to tame those down. Let's check out the vintage EQ. Looks like it didn't really do a whole lot. I mean, besides right here, the low cut, we might be able to leave that just as is. Let's check out the vintage compressor. Got the roll off going on here, balanced out, negative 18 dB threshold. Yeah, that's a good balance. Let's check out the vintage limiter. So it's using modern here, but I might go analog. So if we solo this. See how the analog just kind of warmed it up, whereas modern it was more bright? So I'm going to have it on analog and leave the threshold as is with the ceiling, because that's a good duck right there. And the maximizer, so before I start tweaking the threshold a little bit, and it's set to modern, I'm going to bring in the imager, because I always like to make sure my low end is mono. Even though we did it in the mix, it's just reassurance. So if we solo this out from 120 and before. Oh, gotta unsolo the limiter there. As you can see, the lows are all over the place in the stereo spectrum. And you don't want that, because if you're playing on like a big system or something, you don't want that going in those speakers. You just want that going in the sub. Perfect. All right, so we can tell that this song, the spread, the stereo is pretty huge. So we're gonna get a little bit more control on that. So I always add 2K, 10K. So now let's solo the low mids. Mid highs. And as you can see, we got some phasing going on because it's going below 0. Tame that back just a little bit. And the highs you can usually get away with because that's the ear-piercing area. All together. Sounds pretty good. All right, let's throw on the dither and let's go to the maximizer. As you can see, the threshold is not even touching the waveform, so we can get away with bringing this down a little bit more. All right, let's see how this looks on all systems, your earbuds, your car, your etc. And we're just going to choose the hip hop. So it looks like everything's sitting pretty good, except between the 3 to 2000 range. We're a little bit too much. So to do that, we're going to go back to Ozone. First, we're going to look at the EQ that it has here. Then I'm going to add in one more EQ towards the end. So I'm going to put that before the imager and the maximizer. And I'm just going to first try after the first EQ, this one here, and just kind of swoop it down just a little bit, like negative 1.3, give or take. Come back to tonal balance. So it looks like it's still pretty hot there. So let's start it from the top. So now, first EQ, I'm going to dip it as well. Just right about there. Go back to tonal balance. Now this isn't going to be on point. We don't want it to be on point, like right dead in the middle, because this is like that lo-fi chill. You want it to have that retro sound to it. You don't want to like perfect it, because otherwise, you know, you're trying to make a coal into a diamond, and we don't want that here. We want to leave it at the coal, man. All right. See, now that helped put that right where we wanted to, but as you could tell, it kind of took, it's hard to explain, it kind of took elements away in the song. Actually, no, that sounds all right. Correct, you know, I was mistaken. That sounds pretty good right there. I think if anything else, I'm going to add a bell right here and dip it right like this. All right, lastly, let's go into the middle where more stuff is being played, and we're going to check and see how it sounds in MP3. So we're going to go to codec here, MP3, 320, turn it on, and watch our master. Make sure we don't go above 0 dB. And if we were going above 0 dB, then we would bring down our ceiling here while it's being played through the codec. But because we're not peaking, we don't need to make no changes, so that is good. All right, cool. So yeah, I'm just going to render this down, and I will have this in the link. Yeah, I always say the link. I will have the link in the description below for you to download. And yeah, that about wraps this up, guys. So I'm DJ Bone. Till next Monday, I'll see you guys around. Later.